Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Thornburg, and I recently made a post about the negative effects of antibiotics on children. Go back and watch that post. It's very important. There were over 4 million children in this meta-analysis. A meta-analysis is where they pull together similar research studies looking at the same outcomes, and they extrapolate even more powerful information from it. And this study showed that taking an antibiotic on more than one occasion resulted in multiple chronic health issues in children. Please go back and watch that video. But as a result of watching that video, a mom that used to be in my practice sent me a private message. She says, "Hey, unfortunately, my son took an antibiotic for an ear infection. The physician didn't follow the guidelines, and the child's ear was full of wax, so the eardrum wasn't even viewable because of the blockage from the wax. And unfortunately, I went ahead and gave my child the antibiotic. What can I do to help my child recover from taking that antibiotic?" And when you take an antibiotic, what it does is it changes the gut flora, and it changes it rather rapidly. After a single dose, you can start to change your gut flora. And the gut flora is really important because the gut flora helps create the proper atmosphere. I call your gut an apartment building, and you want to have the right tenants in the apartment building. You don't want to have people that are loud and breaking things and disrupting other tenants. So you want to have a very curated population of bacteria in your gut. This helps break down the food. It helps keep the wall of the gut healthy. It helps keep a proper recycling of the mucus that's in the gut. It helps inform the immune system. So there's everything about the gut's function is based around the right gut bacteria. And if you've watched my other video on a different video on the importance of the gut microbiome and what can happen if you have the wrong gut microbiome, and this was a lifetime of work by Alessio Fasano, who is the chairman of pediatric gastroenterology at Harvard, and he's been there for over 30 years. His research points to the fact that if you have the wrong bacteria in your gut, then you are more likely to have an autoimmune disease. He actually goes further than that and says all autoimmune disease is a result of having the wrong bacteria in your gut. So when you take an antibiotic, there is a gut change, bacteria change, and we need to restore that. So that's the first thing that we need to do when you take an antibiotic. You want to make sure that you're supporting the gut bacteria while you're on the antibiotic. An antibiotic will kill the probiotics, so you have to make sure that there's a 2-hour gap before or after the antibiotic when you give your child the probiotic. You also want to use a high-quality probiotic, so you want to have one with adequate colonies. They call them CFUs, colony-forming units. I recommend at least 25 billion a day of colony-forming units, so you want to have very high-quality probiotic. Somewhat offsets the effects of the antibiotic. And then once they're off the antibiotic, we want to continue that probiotic for a minimum of 3 to 6 weeks to make sure that we're reestablishing proper gut microflora. We also want to help the gut flora by eating the right food, because the foods that we eat are actually fertilizing the bacteria that's in the gut. So if you want to think of your gut like a garden, then you want to make sure that you're fertilizing it and putting the right soil into your garden. If the bacteria are feeding the foods that we eat, then the foods that we eat will determine what kind of bacteria we're populating in the gut. So in addition to taking probiotics, we want to make sure that we're taking fruits and vegetables because we want dietary fiber. The bacteria in the gut eats dietary fiber. So that means avoiding processed foods, which don't have dietary fiber, or have omega-6s, which are also inflammatory and don't help reestablish the proper gut flora. You can also take something like zeolite, which helps restore proper pH and balance into the gut. You could also do some activated charcoal to help clean out the gut. And you'd also want to make sure that you're taking a very good multivitamin. Vitamin D, we need vitamin C, we need zinc. So there's other nutrients that we need to help heal the gut. And the last thing you can do if you're really concerned is you can take some marshmallow root or licorice root or some other type of essentially a gut salve that helps calm down inflammation in the gut. Long answer to a short question, but unfortunately all the details do matter, is if your child takes a antibiotic, make sure that they're taking probiotic before, during, and after the antibiotic. You want to make sure that you're supporting the gut with proper food because the bacteria in the gut like a specific type of food, and you want to avoid inflammatory foods so we don't aggravate the situation any worse. And then last, we can support with additional nutrients such as zinc, vitamin C, and marshmallow root or licorice. And aloe vera is also very good. So if you like this information, how to keep your family healthy, then hit that like button. I will see you soon. And if you like this information that we're sharing to help protect your family and keep your family healthy, then make sure that you continue to follow me for more informative videos.